How are you guys? Some of you, long time no see. Just kidding. I am just fixing my nails. I'm going to do a couple of, I'm going to use acrylic and gel today, and I'm going to drop a little bit of knowledge of different things you could do and why you would use it, or what's the options of doing this when I would do this method. So it's just from experience. So it's cool to know both gel and acrylic. Plus, yesterday I had a blast playing with acrylic. It was a lot of fun. Changing it all up. This is your rental. Okay, just taking off my sharp edges there. Will you give me another device to put there?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it started first.
Okay. All right. Hello again. Hey, Vibe Tribe, how's it going? Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and get all my little stuff cleaned in here. Let me see this X cut. I'm going to get my arbor band, and I'll get my little cuticle bit. So I'll start with these two. And again, prep is the same exact way on both artificial enhancements. Yeah, you could use that because I'm not going to use this color. Thank you. Oh, I'm chewing gum. Let me spit this out. Yeah. This? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes. Let me plug this in. Turn this on. Okay, perfect. Lights, camera, action. That's perfect. I didn't turn on my two side lights. Okay, so this is always hard for me to push in. So what I do is I put it on here and I push this down. And then I always leave it out a little so I have room to be able to e-file without this hitting my nail if I do a longer nail. After I'm done with you guys, I'm going to do something to my nails in between clients today. I don't know what it's going to be, but my nails all of a sudden just grew out. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to push back her cuticles, her fake cuticles. This is embedded in her head, huh? If you don't do this every time, chances are, actually, it actually looks like she has cuticle. Look, it's from the nails yesterday. How funny. That's what actually cuticle does. It turns white like that, typically. Okay, so now I'm going to go on 5,000 RPMs. That's a great picture. So I'm going to go to 5,000 RPMs, anywhere from 4 to 6. Usually on a new set, I go 5. If there's a little product on there, I go 6. I like the ride better. It still don't put any pressure. I just make contact, and it does the work for you. So I'm going to tickle this. The prep is the same way for acrylic and gel. Okay, I'm going to give you some little facts. How many of you guys know what you could fill acrylic with and what you could fill gel with? Where I'm going with that is you could fill acrylic with gel, meaning rebalance or fill it in, but you cannot fill acrylic for a rebalance when you have a hard gel nail. Does that make sense? So my nails are all hard gel. If I come in and fill it with acrylic, I might get a little fill. I could probably be okay, but for a rebalance, it won't, because hard gel, you don't see it to the eye, is a little flexible, and acrylic is hard like cement. So you could do the opposite. So when I started changing my clients to gel, what I did is I just started rebalancing in gel. And eventually their nails were all hard gel. Okay, so some of you are doing both. I think you should learn both for different reasons, and I'll touch on all those as I go through it. These I'm going to build with both. And I actually have had clients where I've kept them in both the whole time because they need the strength. On our Twitch, they were saying there was somebody who, I forgot what they said she did, but if they're like work at UPS or lift heavy boxes, or maybe work in a department store, or even a clothing store for that matter, boxes and all that kind of stuff could be wear and tear on your fingers. If somebody has a really short nail bed like this, and that's typical, right? Mine's about to there. I have a long one. Say somebody wants to wear my length of nail. and they have a small nail bed, this right here, they could wear them about 2 weeks before they start to hurt or they feel a weight displacement. And why they feel a weight displacement is because it's all this heavy on the end and not enough platform to hold on to it. So when I have a long nail like this, so if it grows out to here, I still have this support. But what if I have a short nail like this? It's half grown out on my nail bed. So what I would do if they wanted my length and they had a little nail bed, I would do what I'm going to show you today. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I'm sure it will as we go. So let me go ahead and put this back. Now what I'm going to do is dust her off. This is going to be a fun stream I'm excited about today. Okay, so I am going to bring it all towards me with swipe. So what I used was swipe to change the pH balance on the fingernail. Now let's make sure first she's in all the way. Okay, she is. Since I touched her, I got to wipe her again. Now on Sally, when I work on my training hand, I wipe her underneath. I only do that on clients that have sweaty palms. Now, if they don't have sweaty palms and their palms aren't sticking on, two things happen. They didn't wash their hands before they started with you, and they had lotion, or maybe they ate a burger before they came in and didn't wash their hands, or they put lotion on. And a lot of my clients come in with lotion on their hands because I have them addicted to lotion and cuticle oil. So I always have my clients wash their hands before and just scrub them. So therefore it helps me in the long run. I'm sure you guys all do too. That's just partly what I do. So if you're excited about this stream, press the like button, you guys. Let me know you're enjoying these. It's been so fun talking with you guys after watching them after as well. So now I'm going to go into protein bond. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do, there was something around her cuticle. I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to mess up with my bond. There's a little bit of her plastic that came up, but it could have been cuticle if it was a real person, right? So just double checking that I have a clean slate to build my foundation out. There's two. As you can see, it starts to kind of dry a little, not fully dry, but it gets a little tacky looking, and come in with your second. Okay. So I didn't pour my liquid yet. Let's go ahead and come here. So I like to touch it on the shaft, and that way it pours very well. And I'm only going to fill it up to, and it doesn't even have to be all the way up to here. I could have got away with halfway because I'm just doing a couple nails, but you never need more than up to the bristles. When you're coming up here, or this is sitting here and it's all the way here, you're going to touch this part because this is what we touch, right? When we work, we're not holding our brush weight back here to work. We're holding it here to control it. Then when you touch this, what happens is you mess up all your handle. Okay, so there's a lot of things that lead up to that. And when you're learning, you don't think about that. You're like, dang, this job is messing. Don't worry, it's totally normal. So I'll put this to the side. And my brush is actually, remember how I stored it yesterday? Like before I use it, I come in and put it flat. So let me show you right here. I'm going to do it on one of these so I could dispose of it. So if this is my round part of right here, I go into the corner like this and I push down. And when I do that, see how my bristles, they spread? And what that does is open so it could pick up enough acrylic liquid on it, okay? So I am going to use, I'll use my blue forms again. So I'm going to come right here, put my tab there, and come in evenly. I think I'll do this one first. See if I could get away with putting both on at once here with her. Now remember, I don't pull off the tab in the back. For a person, I always do. It's just on the training hand, and they hold on better by not. And I kind of put her in further back. On a person, I'd bring it up even just to the tip. It doesn't even have to be under the nail. Okay, and you guys see me work on real people, so you could kind of get an idea of that. So I'm gonna mix so much different, like just different stuff today to show you actually what could be done with both. So I am going to build my extension with speed clear because I want it to see through. Okay. Oh, I got to make sure I'm in frame so you can see what I'm doing, right? Let me scoot this way. I'm going to go off to the side with this here. So I'll come right here. I'll tap off my monomer, pick up my pearl. I'm going to kind of move this to the side. I'm going to draw out my monomer. 3, 4, 5. See how I laid it flat, not on the tip? Well, let me explain something, because every person I train with that comes to train with me, probably 9 out of 10 do this. So I'm going to show you an example really quick, okay? And I get it. So when I say draw out the monomer, I don't mean draw out the monomer like just on the tip here. I want you to put it flat all the way because you're harboring a lot of liquid back here. So on your tip, all you're doing is stringing it from the tip. But when you come in here, it's going to be dispensing a lot and your free edge is going to run. So this explains why someone's told me when they've trained with me, this explains why what I think I'm doing what you're doing by drawing out the liquid on the tip and mine's still running. It's because you're not laying it flat. So let me give you an example. Come here, pick up your pearl. Now, I'm going to show you on a form. So if I just do the tip, come here. This one's not really running too much, but it is kind of a little. I still could control it because it's warm in here, but look how it's sticking to my brush a little, okay? So let me show you the difference, and I'll put new forms on. I just want to explain this because it makes so much sense, and hopefully this helps somebody that has been struggling with this. So I'm going to come right here, tap it, pick up a pearl. I'm going to lay it completely flat. It is touching all the way to 5. Now when I come here, look at how it'll stay. I press it and then I wipe my brush again. Then when I come in, it's clay form. See how it'll stay everywhere. You can move it up or down wherever you want. It's not sticking to my brush. So if it's too wet, it's going to stick to your brush and you're not going to be able to maneuver it. So how am I maneuvering it right now? If this is zone 1, 2, and 3, I set it down with 1, but if you use zone 1, look at what's happening. It's leaving divots, right? It's leaving divots in here. If you use zone 2, look how it's going smooth. 2 into 3. See how I was able to fix that? Again, my tip, look at what it does. Zone 1 is always never going to fix it. You only set your product down. Here, you can move it wherever you want with this part of your brush. Okay? Quick little tutorial. Let me get 2 more forms out. Did that help?
Yes, what a great point.
Okay. So it makes sense why you're watching a video and you're doing what you think we're doing. You just have to make sure it lays all the way flat. And when it's hot, maybe you don't have to hold it down to 5. Let's say you're holding it down to 5 and it's like cement when you put it down. I guarantee you the temperature is like 75 or warmer in the room. Okay. If that's the case, then I want you to just set it down 1, 2, and then go work with it. Okay. So as a nail tech, I could give you a rule of thumb, but that rule kind of moves a little. It depends on temperature, acrylic's temperature sensitive, and all those things. Okay. So let's do this again. I'll get them on quick. I like to get as much knowledge in there as possible because if it helps just one of you, I have succeeded. And so have you guys watching this. So that's great. So I'm going to come in right here. Come in right here. Let's put these on really quick. So I have 2 of these on. Okay, I'm going to hold this right here. And notice when I apply, I always anchor it like on my, this finger is always working, doing something, right? So I let it rest on there. I see a lot of people hold here, and when they're pushing, look how it moves. Okay. always, especially when you're going to work it in clay form, your form is either going to buckle a little or move. So always have your finger here, and I always have not a death grip, but a little hold here, okay? And I'm able to maneuver her however I want. So let's come in right here. Come in right here. Pick up my product. Well, let me do it again. I was moving out of the way too soon because I need to wipe it. 1, 2. I have enough here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's set it right here. Wipe my brush again. So why am I wiping my brush again? So I'm not distributing more liquid in there. Okay, so I'm coming in here. I'm going to connect one side first, bring some down, then come here, bring it even and walk it back. Bring it even and walk that bulk back. Now that's another spot some people have problems with because they want to slide it in. Honestly, you're going to be left with a big thick spot there. And if you're doing dimensional nails like we're going to do right now, it's going to all file out there and it's not going to look the look you were wanting even when you go back and add. So you end up having too thick of it here. I want it parallel with the nail. Try to get it as thin as the nail. This is not your strength. This is your structure you're building right now. This is really your platform. It's like when you build your house and you lay your cement. That's what we're doing right now. So I'm going to bring this past the pinch a little bit. I'm going to wet my brush a little. Okay, I think I like this. So I'm going to do kind of stiletto-ish. And you don't have to go this long, but it's going to kind of give you an idea. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one, then I'll show you how thin it actually is. So do you see how my form did not move? It's actually straight and parallel with it. My product's kind of coming down a little right there, but honestly, it doesn't matter because I'm going to file it straight. So my next step I'm going to do is come here. I'm going to take out half of my monomer. So you could either go half or you could double tap it. Okay, either or. I'm going to come right here and I'm going to use it a tad bit wetter. I'm just going to drop it down once and come right here. And I want this a little wetter so I could bring it up onto her natural nail. So see how high I'm bringing it? It is clear, but you could see the wetness, okay? So this is going to be my anchor. It doesn't mean it needs to be thick. It just means it needs to be up on top, not just on the free edge. Because if you don't do this, it's going to be heavy here and all of this is going to be gel and it's probably going to crack at your free edge. So you have to come in and add a little bit, okay? I promise you if you do it this way, you will have 110% success. Okay, so there's my first one. I didn't bring it all the way back to my cuticle. If you accidentally do, okay, but I don't recommend it because if we're going to seal it with gel, honestly, there's nothing more superior of a bond than Synergy gel because it's a pure polymer. So what that means, if you were to stick my fingernail inside acetone for 24 hours, I'd come out and it would still be on there, okay? Maybe my top coat, if it was a soft gel, my color might be tacky or off, but all my product's going to be on there because it's non-porous. And this is where it gets confusing. Acrylic is porous. It's interesting because it's porous, but yet it's a harder product, right? But it breaks down in acetone and water. So that's why when I do a hybrid, the whole purpose is strength, but retention with the hard gel at the end, okay? So that's a huge another tip. Okay, now this is starting to dry just a little. So what I'm going to do, remember yesterday, I'm going to touch my non-activated acrylic. This is not going to give you contact dermatitis. It is powder. It's not activated with monomer. I put it on my 2 fingers so it does not stick to my extension. Because I was talking and explaining, it's at clay form right now and I'm doing a stiletto, so I'm going to press it at the same time. I do not want to see you do this. It'll never be equal. Look how big my pad of my finger is here and look at it here. It'll never be straight. You want to push at the same time all the way down to where you have that really sick, pretty pinch in there, okay? So now let's go to the next one. And let me give you another example. In the winter, I could literally build out all 4, possibly 5 before I could come do what I just showed you. But it is in the 80s and it is about 75 to 77 right now in here. So it dried a lot faster. So you'll have to know that you can't keep your same routine every month because the temperature changes. So just because in the winter you're able to go do all those and then come back and pinch a couple, start on the other hand and come back and finish, in the summer, as you start your next one, you'll have to stop real quick, pinch it, and carry on. Does this make sense? Okay, a lot of information, you guys. You could always come back and watch it. So I love to drop as much knowledge as possible because it gears to at least one or two of you or most of you. Okay, so let's copy this again. I'm going to come here. I'm going to tap once. I'm going to do 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Okay, I have my format. I mean my little pearl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to set it right here. And I am going to wipe my brush. This isn't wiping your brush. This is wiping your brush. Then I'm going to come in, bring it even. I'm going to go to work right away with it. Bring it even and walk it back to her sidewall. Same here. Bring it even and walk it back. Bring it even and walk it back. Now I got to bring all this product. Bring it in. Bring it down. Bring it in. Bring it down. Bring it in. Bring it down. See how I was able to bring that down? Most people would have added product. Would that be wrong? No, but we're doing a dimensional nail, and what it would do is cause too much thickness on your extension. I want it to be very thin. Thin enough where you have your strength, right? But yet strong enough to hold that free edge. Now, I don't care if you come and add at your extension right here. Let me see if I could, on my phone, I can't really see, but I'm gonna look right here. Okay, there we go. So see how you could see a little, it needs to come down a little more, how I brought this past. So what I'll do is I'll come in here. I'm going to wipe off half my monomer, pick up my pearl. I'm going to do like a 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come backwards with it wetter, melt it back. See how it's melting back in there? Let it set a minute. See how I'm wiping my brush? Okay, so let's come right here. Now I am going to use zone 2 and 3 of my brush to bring it past the pinch. When you do a stiletto nail, you bring it past your pinch. When you do extreme almond, you bring it to the pinch. Okay, so let's see these two. Oh, they're looking pretty good. I'm doing it as thin as I can, putting pressure. So now what I'm going to do is come here again, and I'm going to kind of go out a tad bit. Just a little so you could see my maneuvers I'm doing. So here I'm going to come in, and I'm going to wipe off half of my liquid. Did you see how I wiped it off? Or you could tap it twice. Wipe off half of your liquid. Pick up your pearl. 1, 2. Use it wet here. Wipe your brush and use zone 2 and 3 and go back and forth with it. See, I'm just tapping it and going back and forth as a tap. See how I got it on very thin, but it's on there anchoring. Make sure it's touching to your sidewall, but with really no thickness, just product. Okay, on this one, it's drying. You could see how far I put up the product, right? See how you could see that little different color? That's great. They don't have to match exactly, but I want it at least halfway up the nail. Okay, so somebody with a really short nail bed, you could do this. Someone with a longer nail bed, I still would do the same, just because it's going to anchor it, right? Let me make sure I have it all. I have a little piece on the side I need to get right here. It's ever so slight. I'm going to use it a little wetter. There we go. Okay, I have about, let's see, I have like about, with this temperature in here, probably a minute and a half before I could pinch this, okay? So what I'm going to do is put this to the side for a minute. My brush is clean because I didn't use it very much, but remember, don't leave it in longer than it takes for you to e-file the nails. Like if I did all this already and I wasn't going to use acrylic again, I would leave it in there for like about 10, no more than 15 minutes because your brush will bend, and then come wipe it, do it to a point, and then store it, okay? If you fear you have liquid in it still, if you store it like this, sometimes you may see your acrylic change color when you work. Let your brushes lay them flat like this, hanging off the side of something till they kind of dry a little, and then put them away how you store them. Just some tips from experience. And you'll never have to use brush cleaner if you do that. The minute you use brush cleaner, your brush is never going to be the same. It's just like if I put my hair on my head in acetone and then conditioned it afterwards, it would never get repaired all the way. I could put stuff in it to try to fortify it, but there's no way you could get it back to the moisture you took out of it. So this is real Kolinsky hair. I do not recommend brush cleaner. I would recommend If it was super clogged, like sometimes when I've trained at OWC, they would come back from lunch and their brushes would be hard because they're learning, right? So I would pour half or like 3 parts monomer and 1 part acetone, or onto the next, because onto the next is acetone, right? And I wonder if I have I don't have a, we're going to pretend this is a sponge. You guys are going to laugh. I don't have a sponge here, but I always had a sponge. So let's pretend this is a sponge, okay? So I poked a hole through my sponge like this. You guys are going to laugh. Pretend this is the sponge. And I set it in the monomer like this, so it's not sitting at the tip, so it could drain out. Okay, you don't want your brush to ever hit the bottom of it while you're cleaning stuff, because you'll literally pick it up and your whole thing will pick up with it. How many of you have done that before? I did it in beauty school. So all this may not make sense to you, but some of you it does. This is a lot of, takes years to figure out, you guys. So I'm so glad you spend time with us on here. All right, so let's put this to the side. And now this has been 2 minutes, but look, it's clay form. It's been about 2 minutes. I just looked at my thing. So now I'm going to compare it to my neighbor. This is so pretty. I love to extend with acrylic. It's so nice. Okay, so this has to dry all the way before you start. Now, how do you know when it's dry? Dry, tap, tack, thug, thug. This is tap, this is thugging. So I'm going to wait to take off the form. But when you're doing a set, your other hand will be dry already, so then you'll be removing them. So I'm just going to move her to the side and we're going to talk about what we're going to do. Now I'm making this up. I know one person said her client's asking for like blues and greens. Could I do something inspired in that? I'm like, you know what? I haven't taught with blues and greens for a long time. So I am, there you go. Even better. It's just getting better and better. Thank you. Okay, I need to put a little lotion on it, and then I'm going to wipe some off. Okay, so I pulled out these, and some of you may own these already. Remember when I was teaching with the sugar gloss? These are see-through, and this is Gotti colors. I don't know what I'm going to use. I'm going to kind of mess with it right now, and you guys are going to, I have something in mind, but I've been loving Kelly Green. I love it so much. It's so pretty. Not everybody can wear it, though. I mean, you can, but okay, so Kelly Green, but that's not the name of this color. This color is called It's Your Lucky Day. Boy, is it ever. It's Sally's lucky day. She's going to have a couple cute nails on her. And I may use both colors at once or all three. Let's see. Oh, I love the tones of both of these. Or maybe I'll do one of each. We're just going to decide. Let's see this jelly color. These are very inexpensive too, but very nice. It's a sugar gloss. So that's more of like a royal kind of like, I'm liking these two. Yeah, I think I'm going to use those two. But don't forget, these are pretty hot, you guys. Some of you have them in stock. I wonder what it'll look like on here. Hold on. Ooh, that's kind of cool, huh? Okay, I'm going to use it. Do you see what it did? But make sure you wipe off your thing. Do you see how it kind of patched out the color a little? We'll use all three. Why not? So I'm using It's Your Lucky Day, Riding the Waves, SoCal, right? And this one is Blue Raspberry Bomb. It's the sugar gloss. Okay, so Gotti and Elegant Glass. Both affordable polishes that work amazing. So let's wipe this off. I was thinking I was going to use maybe some of my blessings because I think this color, just thinking offhand, I pulled some out. And I'm thinking I might want to add like some really cool brighter colors in here. Now, some of these I filmed with, so they may not be as chunky as I want. So I have a couple of the same color in here just in case that happens. Okay, these look like they're this. Let me put this here. These look like they're the same color. This is pink dominant and this is gold dominant. Most of you guys have this collection, okay? So I don't really have to go. I'll go into like depth with it, but not the depth I've had to go before. So blessings are 2 collections. Your first one is 5 colors and your second one's 4 colors to complete the collection. So I was thinking, put this up here a little and put the color there. I'm also gonna, yes, we're definitely gonna use this color because I love this color. So again, they're not for purchase separate, they're purchased as a kit. So if you wanna get to your bigger ones, just come down to the bottom and see how they come up to the top. Some of you say that comes and some of them are really small. That's flakes. How you handle your flakes too. Will you open this one for me, babe? Oh, this color. Oh my God. That color for sure. So check this out, you guys. Yes. Look at all those colors within it. What? How many of you guys have your blessings in stock? If not, you can still order them. They are limited edition, but there still is some collection in there. Oh my God, this is so pretty. Okay, so these are, I had this gold color that's kind of pinky. Oh, that's pretty too. Okay. Do you see the pink in that? Oh my gosh. Okay. We've all seen these before. I still can't get over them. So what I'm going to do, let me put these to the side really quick. Sorry. That 1 second. Because I wiped with acrylic there, I don't want my stuff sticking to it. Okay. So. Oh, that one too.
Jessica got her blessings in faith.
Yay, Jessica, you got yours in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this. I'll get rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of it. So how many of you guys have done acrylic nails and you set your stuff down here and you've kind of wiped or something set and then your whole container stuck to your thing? Now, let me show you one more thing. I just threw this away, but I'm gonna get out of the trash again. So let me show, hold on one second. I'll show you where I wiped. I wiped right here. See that? Look at right here. There is nothing, you guys, nothing. So this side here has a plastic layer and this is a it's like a very soft fabric that doesn't have any Furbies on it or any strings. So let me show you what that was real quick and then shoot the question to me. I have it right here. These ones are from Nouveau, the same brand I like my sanitation from. This is my favorite sanitation. I have this and peppermint. It's so soft on your hands and their feet and stuff, and I use it all the time. But it's by Nouveau, and there's a pack of 50, and they're plastic, blocked, lightweight, lint-free, strong, absorbent, sanitary, and disposable. It's by American Nails. Do you have a question on there?
Yes. If the person constantly types for work, what would be best, acrylic or hard gel or hybrid nails?
This is such a good question. If somebody constantly types or keys, what would be better for them, acrylic or hard gel or a combo? Okay, if they have really long nail beds and they're strong, you could use whatever you want. They're not going to get pocket holes, nothing. If they're those thin nail beds or they're concave, I would do either a hybrid or acrylic. And this is why. Because when you're tapping, their nails are a little more weak and you'll get that little negative space here sometimes. Some of you know what I'm talking about, right? If you're getting a negative space right there, there's two things that's happening. Well, if it's on the free edge, they could have picked their nail, right? But if it's just this white bubble right here, it's usually from constant tapping. And I would probably pick the hybrid to do their extension, just like I showed you, and gel on top. So the gel will really hook on to that really thin nail and not make it more not flexible or not bend more. Does that make sense? Because it's going to hold on really good. Gel holds on to a very thin nail very well. And when they have ski slope nails, I find when I switch to gel, they didn't get that pocket hole anymore. But they need the strength, so you would hybrid it. So see, there's many avenues. I could talk and talk and talk about it. It's crazy. Hope that helped. Okay, it's come right here.
What about super short bit nails?
Super short bitten nail, 100% hybrid every time. How many of you guys, some of you might have done it too. It's a habit. You do it without thinking about it. So let me get this off. So bitten nails, they put them in their mouth constantly. They do it without thinking. Saliva will make them lift. Water makes them lift. Anything will make an acrylic lift if they do that. So what I would do is a hybrid on the tip, because typically what they do, that's going to stay on, and then seal it all with hard gel from here and build with hard gel. Or you could build it all with acrylic, leave a margin here, a little margin, about that much of a margin. Let me see where I'm at here on that one because it's a delay. Yeah, about that much of a margin. Come in and put your base and a little builder gel or concealer, whatever color you're building with, to blend it in, and it will hold on amazing. So there's always a solution, you guys. That's extreme case. I wouldn't do that. That's a lot of work for everybody. But if it's somebody who's coming in, willing to pay my prices and know I'm going to make her nails, they're going to last, they're going to be worth what she pays, I'll go the extra mile. Okay, but that is a specialty right there, just knowing that. The typical, that's not taught in beauty school. I'm pretty sure your beauty school instructor doesn't know unless she's watching these videos, and she's probably learning herself too. It's just when you understand chemicals or products that are in what's in the product you're using, and you'll know more or less what will hold on better to it. Okay. Now with this too, you could cut your sides. I was going to show you that really quick if I could find it. There they are. I just had them. I'm like, I just had them. So this is so thin. If you wanted to come here and trim this, you could, but there's hardly anything. But let's just say you kind of got carried away. It's thin enough, and this is sharp enough. Now, if this isn't working for you, your toenail clippers are not sharp enough. Okay, so these are Mjay's. They're from Gemini. And I'll show you another pair, Gemini Cosmetics. This is the new pair. It's a little less expensive. These are very sharp too, though. So watch how sharp these are. Same sharpness, like razor blades, basically. Now, my new nippers. My new nippers are sharp as razor blades, too. These are my favorite nippers. I love them. So you could actually come in and trim your hard, thin acrylic if you needed to. But you really don't, you don't have to. I'm just showing you little things you could do, okay? Crazy, crazy, right? Let me take a drink of, okay, so like I've been drinking root beer. I think this will be my third. I'm stopping. I love root beer, and for some reason I've been wanting it. Well, Shy got some, and then I'm like, I want some of that. Okay, I'm not going to take these out. Yeah, I'm going to polish them first. Okay, so from right here, what I'm going to do is I am going to come in with my protein bond again. Okay, going to come in with my protein bond again. And I am going to protein bond her entire nail and her exposed nail right there. Now, I have done this so many times. Trust me, you could do this. Just trust what I'm doing. If I'm showing it, the only thing I'm making up is the color. I'm not making up what I'm teaching you right now. I've done this over and over in salon, okay? So let's take our colors. Actually, that's a little too high for me, so I'm going to get a flat one out real quick, just so I could have more room. Stay in camera. I'm going to get my new brushes, and I think these come in different colors, but they are Klinsky hair brushes. It's a set of 3, and I like it because it's 3 that I use all the time. They're 3 different sizes. Let me size them up for you. See the different sizes of them? And I go through brushes a lot. I mean, they last a pretty long time, but we clean them sometimes with alcohol and acetone because it's gel, and they get a little worn out, right? Or a little dry and brittle. So I'll save these to put it back on to protect them until I lose one. Okay, so see how these are real hair here? They're starched up. So you just take your little finger and there you go. So let's make this color happen. Let's take It's Your Lucky Day. Oh, wait. I'm so sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm a step ahead of myself. But you know what? You do that sometimes in salon? I do, but I always catch myself. So I'm going to take Synergy Base. Okay? Young Nails Synergy Base. Do not skip this step. I just caught myself. When I went there and looked at it, it wasn't shiny, so I knew automatically I was missing something. And if you don't do this on a regular basis, at least you'll have this to refer back to refresh yourself if you're going to do it on somebody. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and I am going to, hold on, that has a little bit of stuff in it. There we go. Start in the middle and bring it all the way down. And I think I used this brush for art. Do I have another one here? Let me switch my brush. I did. And I didn't clean it all the way out. There I go. Make sure you get it all over the extension you did, even on the side right there, okay? You can't like miss a spot. Chances are it would be okay, but I wouldn't chance it. It's just added insurance. So now you have your harder extension. And I could even, like, even when I go like this, it's a lot harder than an extension in gel because it's acrylic. Acrylic's going to be a little stronger. So what I'm going to do from here is cure for 30 seconds, and 30 seconds is plenty. Come under here and let me press 30, and let's let her cure. So what are you guys thinking so far? You love root beer, ginger beer, and cream soda. Oh, and Japanese Rooney, me too. Why do I like those too? This is my last one, even though we bought a 12-pack of them. I'm like, this is the same one I've been drinking all day though, but it's so good. And not all root beer is created equal. There's a lot of good ones, but there's some that just taste like kind of flat. Anyways, we're not having a root beer class, so let's come here and let's go. It's your lucky day. I'm going to kind of do that much of this color. Okay, let's come in with Riding the Waves. Now let me show you how I'm doing this so you can kind of see. I'm kind of wiping the majority of it off, right? And just coming in thin.
It says, I usually forget base and then I have to use swipe.
Oh, I know. Well, at least you know what to do. If you have to use swipe after and you forget base, at least you know you catch yourself, right? Okay, then I'm going to come in right here while it's wet still, and I'm going to go over a couple of spots. Ooh, that looks cool. Okay, I like that. Okay, if I feel like it's a little wide there, I'll come in and trim it flush. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take this. Let me get my little colors here. A little blue. And a little of the green. I'm going to come right here. And I'm going to get it all the way to the sides. Now, I'm using a color that doesn't have an extreme tack. It has some tack, some tacky residue. You do need a top coat with this color. But I'm going to come over with this a little more. There we go. So I'm going to show you the extra step you'll do. Swipe that off, and let's go into the blue. Okay, so I have it on all the parts of the nails, right? So let's wipe that off, and let's come in with this one, and let's start maybe blue here and blue here. Just use your imagination, okay? There's no wrong or right way here. It's just completely your imagination. So now I'm going to come in, and it's your lucky day. Anytime I'm going to go back in and I've overlapped, I wipe my brush off on my tile. And then maybe I'll come in with a little green here. That looks cool. And a little green right there. All right, so watch how I wipe off my brush. Go back under. I'm just checking my sides. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is come in with my green and fill this in. Come back on this side. Let me put a little more green there. Now these nails, usually if people don't understand what to mix with what, they wonder how I get this look, because usually what will happen is the whole top part encapsulation will come off. So all these steps that I'm teaching you, you cannot skip, okay? Ooh, I'm loving this. Let's do just a little bit of this blue, maybe like right here. Oh, I like that. And maybe like right here. Maybe a little right there. Yeah. Let's see this one. Okay, I like that. Okay. So what we're going to do is cure this for 1 full minute. You have to cure it for 1 full minute because I'm using gel polish on there, okay? In between an acrylic and a gel. And it's also a full coverage color. So I do not want it to not be cured all the way. So I'm going to put her under and I'm going to put her for 60 seconds. And in the meantime, I'm going to wipe some of this off so I have more room if I need it for anything. These are definitely a vibe, these nails. It's not your typical color that people would typically pick, but I like funky colors like that. Okay, we have 31 more seconds. I'm so excited about this. So, okay, let's say they're going to wear hybrid all the time and they're that shorter nail bed and you do it all the time. How often can you get away with doing a rebalance in your gel? 2 to 3 times max. So if they go every 3 weeks, it's either every 6 or 9 weeks. You're going to have to cut off the free edge so it doesn't break there and put it further back the same way, or file it down to almost nothing and add that acrylic. But I still think you should cut it off because it'll be the strongest, okay? So people who you have to do this for all the time, and that's just somebody who has a short nail bed and wears a really long nail, okay? Now somebody who's a nail biter, you could start filling them all in gel from the point where you do your extension, acrylic extension. So when I did my acrylic extension, that's the one time you're going to do it. You're going to grow it out and you're going to shorten them as they wear them. And eventually they're going to be all gel. The only time you have to redo it 6 to 9 weeks is if they have a long nail bed and they like to wear this length of nails. Does that make sense? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is base gel again. Okay. Base gel again. This has the most resin in it. It's going to stick on amazing. So you're going to come in here with your base and you're going to put it on the entire nail. Entire nail. Making sure that you're wrapping it around the corners and not getting it on our skin, right? Now look at how my left hand helps my right hand all the time. My right hand has its job and my left hand has its job. So it's pivoting my client's finger all the time. I'm not moving my body, I'm moving my client. So I could see every angle. Okay. Ooh, I like these. I really do. Okay, I'll wipe my brush right here. And I'm going to cure these 30 seconds. I'm not even messing around with my pan cure right now because I need to make sure it cures evenly in all the spots. So I'm going to do 30 seconds. If you want to leave them in there for a minute, it's up to you while you go back and do the other side. If it goes over the 30, it's not going to hurt it, okay? It's better than them taking their nails out and you're like, ugh, you got to fix something, right? Or they touch their hair. they can't be touching their hair. Hair has oils and everything. So. Okay, 4 more seconds. Okay, now for the fun part. So let's check this whole thing out, okay? So here's this. There is no thickness and really no structure yet. No, my foundation's there, but not really any strength. Okay, let's look at it underneath. Look how cool your design's gonna be looking. Kind of funky, right? So we did it in clear. So now let's move our blessings over here. Okay, the couple colors that I think are amazing, for sure I'm gonna use are probably these. Let's see, where's that other one? Let me pull them all out. And let me zoom in, zooming out a little. Okay, I could actually go more in. I saw on the other side. Okay. So see how you put the colors next to it and you're like, okay, what would make this pop? What would look good with this, right? Let me go up a little more so you guys could see a little more. There you go. So there's a lot of colors that would look pretty. I think this color is amazing. This color is amazing. They're all pretty. They're all going to look different on there, okay? So why don't we start with, it's a sticky residue now, so I'm just going to start putting them in. So I'm going to get one of my little brushes. And right here, can you see the gel right there at the tip from wiping my brush? That's all the gel I need to touch here. I just touch it to get my brush wet. I don't want a bunch of gel. It just helps me to pick up my pieces kind of clean. So let's see. I kind of want a little bit of pink in there. See how this is kind of pink, but yet Goldie. Oh my God, this color is so pretty. Let's put this one right here. So I am not going to put them in the same spot, okay? Oh, I like that color. Let's get this wet again. I want to come in with, I wonder what this is going to do. Yes, I'm putting this color right here on the blue. This looks amazing on the blue. Wow. Can you see it on there okay? Do I need to get closer now? So I'm going to kind of go a little closer for you guys. And I'm just going to pick random colors of blessings, okay? I have to put this color on the other side too, but I want a really big piece. So I'm going to kind of take some out and get this wet again. I'm going to come in right here. Okay, let's come in with this color here. Oh, I want some of this, but I want to use it fine. Yes. So this I'm using fine. So this is just going to leave like a little bit of cool teal in here. Some I might go heavy in some spots and some I'll leave not. I don't want a full coverage this. So I always move my nail to see how I'm liking it. Now, she wants a little pink in there. So let's see. Let's see what this one will do. This might show more gold. If we're not sure, remember, you know what you could do? You could put it like over this where the color is and see the color it's going to glow. You could do that with all these little tricks I do instead of putting it on. Look at what it's going to look like on that color. It's going to show more pink, right? Shows different on this one. So if she wants to show more pink, you're going to put it where it's going to show more pink. Same color, but have a different glow look. See that? Crazy. So your collection is just huge when you have these. They really, really, really magnify and change. They're so universal. They're like chameleon. They change with everything. Oh, this is making it pop. Okay, okay, let's see how I like this. Now what I'm going to do is, I think I want to add, I'm going to add a little this one here. Let me see. Okay, that makes it more green, like a bluish green. So I'm just going to do a couple of those. And I'm going to go back into what color I think will make it pop. I might use this color here. Let's see. Oh, yes. So that's another variation of pink. So I don't know if you guys could see that. Let me come up a little higher. I'm almost done with it. Let's get this piece here. Very nice. Put a big chunkier piece there. Okay, so now I'm going to start making this look dimensional. So I'm going to move these to the side. I might connect it through here. Hold on. I just changed my mind a little. Yes, that big blue piece. Okay, I want another piece on there. It's like a purpley blue, but I want a big piece. Let me wet this. Put a big piece right there. Okay, I'm happy with that. I don't want to overpower it. You could put more, but I want to see different depths in it. So, okay. So what I'm going to do here is make sure it's all flat there. I'm going to get my pin cure. And this is so funny because I was doing nails earlier and look at how everything's on my thing. So it's Flakes. Flakes stick to everything. So I'm just going to clean her real quick if she'll come off. But the cool thing, you could use your pin cure to know what something's going to come out. These also come in white. So I'm just going to run this over it. What this is doing is the dispersion layer is grabbing onto this and baking it on, basically, like making it hold on really well. If I didn't and I go over it, it'll kind of separate. Okay, so that's enough right there. So what I'm going to do from here is I am going to use base again. This here. So I'm going to take my base and I'm just going to kind of tap on some spots where I want to add like over the foil because I kind of want to overlap a little shimmer with it. But I'm not going to paint on the whole thing. You could tap over the whole thing if you want, but I don't want to like drag it all the way because I want different textures. And when you drag all the way, all this could break up and go all over the whole nail. So there's a reason why I'm doing this, okay? It's so crazy that these colors are in style right now. They're very cool. Okay, so now I'm thinking I want to use probably Luna and probably Goldie Girl. Let me see. I think I want to use Luna and Goldie Girl. Okay. And there's a couple things I could do. Let me think. Should I cloud this out or leave it clear? Okay. These are my exclusive colors right here, you guys. Let me go back a little more. See the colors that they're glowing? It's so fun. I love it already. This is a blast right now. So what I'm going to do now is take a little brush. Let me see where I put my little, there's one here. Okay, so I'll take just a little brush. I'm going to come in with Luna. And I don't want a lot of it. I think Luna, I'll probably come right here. Yes. Okay, so this is making it look dimensional, but I don't want to overpower it, okay? So you could come in here and you can kind of move it if you want. I kind of like where I have it though, so I'm going to kind of push that there. And then I'm going to come right here and put Luna. I think Luna will be pretty right here. Actually, I want to do thicker spots like that there. And I like that thick spot there. And then let's kind of put a little thicker here. You know what? I kind of don't want it right there. Hold on. Just a little. Yeah, I like that better. See, I'm being picky, but that's just how I am. So now what I'm going to do is go into my Goldie Girl. And my Goldie Girl, I think I'm going to go in with my brush, my little striper brush. And I am going to come in and kind of just highlight her with fire and spots. Let me see where I want to put this one. Maybe I'll put some right here at the tip. Oh yeah, that's like a golden glow there. Even though it's Goldie Girl, come right here. I like this. Now I'm using my brush, right? I kind of want to fade it out a little here. Let me put a little here. There we go. I think this is pretty much all I want. Well, hold on. Let me put a little bit here. Let's kind of fade her out right here. See how I'm tapping her? Okay, I like this. I hope you guys too so far. So let's go put this on top of here. Goldie Girl and Luna. So far I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the Mylars of Blessings, and I used 3 gels, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 products already. I've used 2 glitters too. Okay, so what I'm going to do from here is make sure it's pressed in. Okay, and I'm going to pin cure her. This is just going to hold on to my glitter. Now, it would be really pretty to do another dimension in here, like custom mix like a see-through kind of color and drizzle it in spots, but I think this is pretty just like that. You could keep going and going and going, but I actually think this looks really good. I'm happy with it. Sally seems to like it. So now I'm going to go into my Build Pink. Now, let me answer this question if someone says, what if you want to cap this in clear acrylic? You actually can, because there's some people who are more acrylic people. What you would do is put another color coat of base on, base gel, cure it all the way for like 30, I'd cure it 60 seconds, okay? Cure it 60 seconds. You're going to take your swipe, take off the sticky residue. You are going to take your 150 buffer. Oh, that one I forgot I opened something with. Where did my buffer go? Okay, so your 150 buffer right here, it's a 180 buffer. You're going to buff on top of the top of it with the buffer, and then you are going to take your 150 and you're going to file all around the perimeter. But you're not going to file hard. You're just putting those grooves in. Dust it off, protein bond, and then go into your clear acrylic. If you need to hear that again, go back and watch it. It's a bunch of steps. You'll add base, cure it for a minute, wipe off your sticky, buff it with a brand new 180. It has to be brand new because it'll turn to if it turns to a softer grit like a 240, it's not going to stick, okay? Then you're going to go around the perimeter with the 150. Okay, why does this work? You're texturing it so then that way, then you'll protein bond the whole thing, and then that's going to stick to the top of it. Okay, but I like the clarity of Build, so I'm going to go ahead and do Build Pink. It's still a hybrid nail. I'm going to have to move fast with this. It's kind of jamming. Oh my gosh, it's even prettier encapsulated than I even imagined. So before, when I was launching Blessings, I kind of did full coverage to give you the color, but I've never really pieced them like this for you guys. And this is typically what I use them for. I usually don't do full coverage with them. I will if I want to accent, but I love these for my dimensional nails. They're like a must to have. So there was a question on our Twitch today. Shoot, it just went out of my head. Ah, shoot, it just went out of my head. What did I say before that? I forgot. What was one of the questions? Dang it. Oh, well, forget about it. So sorry. I'll have to go back and watch it and see. How weird that it was in my head and then went out right away. Okay, so let me show you how I encapsulated this. Okay, so you could see I need a little more body here. This is a stiletto, so I'm going to come back. I'm going to come do this one and not add yet. I'm going to cover all of them first. What was the question? Dang it. Oh, well, I'll get over it because then I'm not ever going to hold on this. Sometimes do you get air on the back of these? Sometimes I've been lately. I don't know what the deal is with these applicators. There it goes. Just have to know how to maneuver it. Okay, so let's go down. And then the reason why I do it this way, it makes it much easier to get it to one corner, and it forces you to be very, very light-handed, light as a feather. Ooh, I love the tip of this nail. It's so pretty. There's a fuzz. If there's a fuzz in their gel, I'm not going to pull it all the way out for their gel to slide off with it. I'm going to just leave it in there and you're not ever going to see it. You never see it. Have you ever went to pull out a fuzz and it's from way back here and it pulls all your product off and you're like, why didn't I just leave it? You're not going to see it. It's not like it's a hair. Look at those colors in there. Okay. I think this is at the end of its life. I have a brand new one here, but
with the hybrid gels.
Hybrid gels are more like half acrylic, half gel. I have. That's basically why is my brain poly gel? I'm all, what is up with my brain today? Maybe because I shift a lot of gears. It doesn't matter. I don't forget what to use, but like sometimes when I'm teaching, I'm like, oh, what is that word? That's today. Oh, I'm loving this. This is so pretty. What do you guys think of it? This would be beautiful with a magnetic color underneath too, activated. Ooh, so pretty. Okay, let's do our one more here. Okay, why isn't it coming out? I'm determined to use the last drop of this. There it goes. And I will. I think just my little thing here isn't as tight as it should be. And that could happen, right?
What color polish would you use for the other nails?
And whatever color they think they would want. So you could use the green, you could use the blue, you could glitter press it with either Goldie Girl or Luna. I'd probably press it with Goldie Girl. Or you could use you could do a full coverage of one of the foils, but that's going to be a gaudy set, let's just say. That'll be a very gaudy set, huh? Put a little bit more on. So I would use a color that I encapsulated with and glitter press a couple of them, depending on how many dimensions they had. Oh, this is stuck to my hand. Okay, there's a fuzz there. You know where I'm getting fuzz from? These. Okay, that's pretty good. So I'll show you how I encapsulate. I think I need a little more right there. I do. It's because I was taking too long with it. There we go. So I'm going to show you it sideways why I needed to add more. This is a stiletto and it has to support the length of her nail. Put a tad bit more right there. And there we go.
How would you charge for these nails?
I would charge for the dimension. I would charge for these nails for every color I used in the dimension. There's a few ways you could do it, okay? If you're newer at this, you could charge for every color you use, anywhere from $2 to $5, right? Every color. That adds up. You could charge per dimension, a set price, and use the colors you want in it. So that was part of my raises. I used to charge, I'll tell you how I started when I started doing dimensional nails. I started charging first for just the product I used. So if I used 5 glitters and I mixed them in front of them, or I was using them raw, whatever, then I would charge $25. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 on the whole set, rather if they put it on one or all 10. That's how I started at first. And that was a lot for them at first, but they liked it, so they paid for it. I stayed that way for like a year and a half, and then I made my mind up that I was going to raise them per dimension. So I charged per glitters because you could use those on top of the nail too, and I started charging $5 for each dimensional nail on top of the glitters, right? So when you freestyle like this, you have your full clientele, and eventually you're raising your prices because of inflation and everything, right? That's the key. We're making a living off this. It's not about how much our one product costs. Like, this isn't very expensive, but renting our booth and all the other stuff is where the cost comes in. So what I do is I charge per dimension now, per length, and this length right here, this dimension as a freestyle, you could charge per glitter and say $10 for the long and 10 for the short. But what I do when I freestyle, and I freestyle like this, I charge anywhere from $25 to $30 a nail, because it's going to add up to the same as all your embellishments. So don't compare yourself to what other people charge, but know what other people charge. If you're learning these and you're getting used to them and you're wanting your clients to want them, don't price them out of the market. Do them for a while, then raise them little by little. You're not going to go from, say, you're charging $10 for each one of these to all of a sudden charging for everything you put in. You have to do it in increments. You could say, I'll give you 3 glitters for $5 or something like that. So I'm just giving you a bunch of scenarios that you could use to upsell yourself, okay? But do you understand why you have to charge more? Look how long this takes, right? Plus, I'm teaching. It takes longer when I teach. When I'm on my client, I just listen to her and I just jam. I may ask her, do you like this color? Do you like this combo? I may ask her that, of course, because she has to approve it. If she approves it, she's wearing it, because I'm not going to have to remove them all the time to figure out what she likes. So start with, like when I told Eric when he first started, I'm like, well, short nails do $5 a dimension. And back then was just a lot of glitter in it, right? And longer nails, $10 a dimension. And then when you start doing, I call this freestyling, this is a whole different beast. Completely different beast. Did I cure this for 1 full minute? Or did I wipe it off? Oh, heck, I don't remember. I didn't. I'm going to cure it real quick. I'm going to do 30 seconds. I need to eat something, and my brain's going, da, 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 da. Let me drink more soda. Just kidding. This isn't your typical nail you teach, or people teach. If you're liking this, let me know by smashing the like button, okay? Okay, that's enough. I feel like I did cure it. So let's go ahead. I thought I just pan cured it. I was questioning myself. Hey, even the ones that know what they're doing kind of stumble over what they're thinking sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to take out everything that I'm going to use. Use those 3 bits. So I have all 3 of these bits. You can use your safety bit if you want. So I'm going to use my X-cut first, then I'll go arbor, then I'll go cuticle. I just can't wait to finish these. Oh wait, let me get my dust extractor really quick. Oh shoot, hold on. Have you guys done this to yourself with your blessings? I just turned on my dust extractor and it blows from underneath, and it blew them everywhere. Ugh. You have to pay attention to your blessings. What's happening with them? Ugh, I wish I could show you guys my mess. I'm a little sad, but it'll be all right. Just a little sad. Always shut these little things. And they get embedded in your table too. They're the best, but they're the worst too. and you have to clean them up. You want a tutorial on how to do cuticles. Okay, Glim, I have a ton of them. I'm going to go over it on here, but this is a fake hand. Go to my lives when you go to this page, and go to my lives and watch like Hook Nail. Hook Nail, I really do a lot of cuticles because she has natural, like really crazy cuticles. I'm going to wipe all this down because I don't want to embed it. Sorry, guys, and take just a sec because I don't want it all in my station. Okay. So a hook nail or a live client, you'll see me do cuticle work. So my client, I did the slammed nail. She doesn't have heavy cuticles. You'll see my typical cuticle work on people that like that. And then you'll see how I do my very intense, like I go over it a lot of times. That's going to help you so much because it's an actual real person and I'm doing all their nails. Okay. So again, go to my lives and they'll be on there. That's so satisfying to watch. You're going to learn so much when you go there. Now I could turn this on. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to hold her kind of angled down. Hold on, I got to get more centered. Let me go a little more out. There we go. So I'm going to come in here. So I'm making contact with it, but I'm not putting any pressure. Zero pressure. Okay, let's bring up my side. Now you're going to feel when you file this, you'll feel the hard product, the acrylic right here, but when you go on top, it'll be a lot softer to file. Okay, this is such a cool nail, man. Let's get it done. Let's go around the cuticle area. Now I am securing my cuticle and I'm going to zone 2. So let me show you what I've done so far. See right here how I'm starting to blend this in and then I'm going to blend this in. This is still pretty bulky. And I feel like she wants to come out. Let's see. I'm going to check myself really quick. I'm going to make sure these are straight. It's a little low there, so I'm going to kind of file up or know to come in right here. There I go. That's straight. Let's come right here because it looks like it's hooking. So let me show you right here. See when I bring it even, you see that little bit sticking out right there? Like right, let me get the angle right, okay, right there. So let me put this on. You see that sticking out right there? That is hanging. So you need to file straight or either till it meets there or either come up with this. No pressure, just contact and see how much it takes off. Okay, so now it looks more structured to me. So now when I come here, I'll know where to file. See how it doesn't look so wide now? Okay. I just looked up and saw somebody's using their blessings on a short set tonight. I am so excited. They're going to love them. How are you? Do your clients like the names of them too? Like the name of blessings, your collection? I think it's kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to bring it a little thinner. Okay, so I'm doing I formation, right? So now I'm going to come down here and thin it out a little. And kind of bring it in a little more here. Okay, so all I'm doing, notice how I'm not pulling it all the way through. It's because it's thicker through here. Once I get it where I want it, then I'll follow through with it. So what I'm looking for is I don't want it wide. I want it to be even and graduate on each side evenly. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave that for a minute. Let me come in and make it a little more. I'm going to come right here and make sure it's straight because it's a stiletto and I could very easily mess it up by filing too much on one side. So right here, I am not putting pressure. I'm just guiding and my left hand's pulling her finger down. So I'm staying like this and I'm pulling her down a little. See that? See how it's getting really tight? And I don't look at my bit, I look at the nail and watch it come in. Okay, that looks really cool. Let's come in a little more here. Okay, I love that nail. Okay, so now let's dust this off so you guys can see what I'm doing. Remember, dust extractors, tabletop ones, you are always going to have dust all over your fingers because it's sucking downward, okay? At least it's not anywhere else, right? Okay, so now let's compare them both. Do you see this one compared to that? And I may take this bulk down a little more still. I'm just going to do this one first. I may come back to this. I'm just going to see which one looks better. So I literally do this on my clients. Once I secure my cuticle area, I'm coming here. And do you see how I maneuver her and I'm anchoring on her wherever I'm comfortable? I'll move my finger back here, and as I go down, I hold her on top so she doesn't feel weight displacement when I'm filing. So many things factor into doing nails in a timely manner and in comfort for them as well. So I'm going to pull up the neighbor, and we're going to look at it like this, and they're starting to look more alike, right? Hold on, I'm off. There we go. Okay, so now I am going to come in right here. Let me show you what they look like. I don't do this when I'm doing a person. I just go for it. See how it looks a little wider? And when you look at it down the barrel, you can see it's a little more bulky. Okay, it looks more hooky, like a hook nail. I'm going to come right here, bring it in a little more. Bring that in a little more. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is come in right here with zone 1. See how I come straight up and down? Hold on, I got to move my chair because I'll get out of frame. See, that shows you how much I move my client. I literally come over here to file this part, and then I bring her here to file this part. So when I'm in salon, I'm not staying in this spot. I'm staying in this spot so you guys could see what I'm doing, but that's why sometimes you see me go off. I literally come back here so I could see it, and I'm not moving anybody else back or my head back or my body, and then come here, okay? So if you're not doing that and your body's hurting, that's why. And trust me, I used to do nails like that too. It's just you learn as you go. And if someone could have told me all the things you end up teaching yourself or having YouTube these days and stuff, it would have been a lot better. There's a lot of amazing nail techs out there now because of YouTube and the education you guys could get. I love it so much. But it's just about spending your time. Okay, see, now I'm going to come thin this one out. I like it a little thinner. I thought I would, but sometimes I'm not sure if I want to leave it a little thicker, so I go to the next one and then I decide. Let's go a little bit more here. Okay, let's blend it in. And I do most of my shaping with my e-file. There's a few of you on here I've done your nails before. You see how it feels when I do your nails. I do the majority of my clients' nails with the e-file. That's why I'm able to do nails through as long as I've done nails, it saves my body. Okay, so let's make this look like. Come in right here. Oh, I absolutely love this. Okay, let's make it super sharp. Well, not so sharp you're going to cut through something, but a stiletto is, see how you can't see through them right there, how it ends? A stiletto, you should never see where your C-curve stops and starts. It should be capped there. Okay, so that's the difference of a stiletto. Like you don't see down the barrel of the nail, it stops right there. So how do you get that? You build your product past the pinch, just past the pinch of your form. Okay, I used to wear stilettos. Probably the second year I was dating Eric, I put stilettos in. That hadn't even been the first year. Ah, that's so pretty. Oh my God, let's get this done. I'm excited. Okay, let's dust this off. Come on, Sally. So it's a little dusty under there. That's just dust, but it's not any scratched or anything underneath the nail. What are you guys thinking so far? Again, this is a tutorial. It takes a long time. When you're on your clients, you're on a groove and you just kind of flow. You're not stopping and explaining and jumping subjects. If I talked this much during a service, I would be with my clients forever. No lie. I mean, I talk to my clients, but it's hard when they're new and they interview me, basically. They want to know like all kinds of stuff. It takes me forever to do their nails. I'm like, ugh. I don't have a client till 2:45. What time is it? Okay, I'm finishing it up right now. So this will wrap up in 10 minutes, okay? Eric has a 2 o'clock. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my 150 and finish shaping it. So now I'm just going to jam like if I'm in salon, right? I'm telling you what I'm doing, but see how I'm looking at them from this side to make sure they match? So I'm getting them really tight everywhere. Okay, let's turn this off. I'm going to do my cuticle work still, but not just quite yet. So now I'm going to come in right here. If there's questions, shoot them my way, babe. I'm just going to jam like I'm in salon. And I really work this fast on my client, but do you see how it won't hurt her because I'm bracing her nails? And see right here how I'm holding her nail here? This allows me to be able to file with a purpose. It's coming down where I want it to, and also to brace her fingernail so it's not sore. But it also helps you get your nail into shape right away. See how I hold here? This is exactly how and see my thumb bracing? Right here, my fingers bracing. Let's compare them. Let's come here, here, here. Oh, well, that doesn't happen to your client. I could feel she was wanting to come out. So I like to come backwards with it here so I could see the thinness in her nail. Okay, let's compare these. Let me come back right here to make it tighter. So I don't want to see a file and then a bend. I want it to see it go all the way through like this. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I want it to have the perfect kind of shape that just flows into each other. Okay. Oh my God, I love these colors so much.
Someone says the hack for leaving the little bit of space by the cuticle when putting down acrylic and building with acrylic, but using hard gel.
It's a game changer.
And adhere to the base of the nail is genius.
Thank you guys. Thank you. It's just the superior bond of gel, leaving that space in the back. It makes sense, right? Because especially a hairdresser, like they like real pinched nails and stuff like that, and they like the feel of acrylic. I still would seal it with gel in the back because hairdressers are in water so much. I started doing my hairdresser's nails. This is probably the 5th time I've done her nails. And it's funny because at first they like it, but they don't notice the difference until they wear them a few times, how their nails wear. Now I'm working off healthy nails because hers were really damaged. They're like really, really notice and realize what they're paying for. And she's paying for her nails more than she ever has. We actually trade some of the, like whatever her nails are, or toes if I do them, we trade that total on my hair because my hair is a little more expensive than the nails she gets. But it takes a chunk off of my bill, so I really like it. Okay, let's come right here. So now I'm just checking my side really well. I want to make sure they're straight. There I go. And I tell myself, like, I don't put enough pressure right here because I use gel. When I'm using acrylic, I have to tell myself to put a little bit more pressure. Okay, now for the cuticle work. I usually don't wipe them off before the cuticle work, but I want you guys to see what I'm doing. These colors are so badass. They're so pretty. I'm dying right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is come in right here and clean her cuticles. And see, with stiletto, I don't file out a whole lot of my product because with stiletto, I'm tight here and I come up right away. So I'll show you like how the shape is. See how it comes up higher, but it all blends? So my stiletto is kind of like tight and comes up more. And still, let me show you this real quick. I'll come this way. See how you can't see? Like it's just capped off there, okay? I could even make them a little more sharper than that if you wanted to, just a tad bit. There we go. So now let's get rid of this dust right here. Protein bond. You guys, I don't even have to add anything. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That happens with stiletto a lot. I might need to add in just a little spot. I see one spot, so I'll go ahead and do that really quick. Drop down questions, you guys, if you have any. I see 2 spots, and I'll show you where. So what I'm going to do is come right here. I have gel on here still. Right here. Okay, so I'm going to get my gel off the side. And I am going to get my striping brush. Right here I have blue. I'll come in right here. I should have put manicure top on it. It'd be a lot more smooth, but that's okay. You don't have to do it because I didn't have a whole lot to cover. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Okay, hold on just a little right here. Ooh, I like these striping brushes. This is my first time using these ones. They're very nice. I mean, they're not the cutest. Huh? I didn't use the top coat at all. I use Protein Bond. I usually go in if there's a lot to cover. You guys know I do manicure top. I was able to get away with it because it still glided. There was only a little bit I had to add. Okay. But if you're in a pinch, don't do it if you know it'll work. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just go into this top coat I've been liking lately. It's by Coupa. And really, it's probably the only product I like from Coupa. I don't diss other products. It's just my opinion, but I love this top coat. And it does come in a refill. It is a non-tack, but it's super thin and super shiny. And look how satisfying it looks when you polish with the clear brush. This, I believe, is 12 something, and you could buy a refill for 50 some bucks. I'm going to order the refill. I haven't put it on my clients yet because I just started using it. I have it on myself and Carmela and my grandma. It's wearing beautiful. But there's some people, you guys said it's your favorite top coat. It's what you used forever and you always go back to it. So I love this. This would be pretty even with one color, but do you see the depth with the different colors in it? Making sure you cover everything. Okay, let's cure this for 1 minute. And then I'll look at my thing really quick, and then we're going to have to jet because we have to go to the, oh, not that. That's not a light. We're going to have to go to the salon. And I'm be looking like craziness because I did. It's all right. I look cash today. Casual. Let's go 1 minute. There we go. And I'm going to wipe this as we go. What do you guys think so far? Thank you guys so much for spending your time with us as well. We love you guys. We really enjoy you. Thank you for being a part of our Vibe Tribe. You guys are growing every day you spend time on here with me, and we grow every day that you spend time here with us. So we'll continue to support each other. There's so much more in store. It's actually exciting what we're going to start doing. We're going to add more, but it's going to be awesome. So this is almost done. I have 21 seconds.
So our next YouTube live is going to be tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Okay, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guess where I'm going to be? Right here with you guys. I hope you could join me. I'm going to do something different too again, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So if I find my little tools, that's what I was going to tell you guys too. If I find my little tools that my mom made me for acrylic, I'm going to mix literally acrylic and gel in different ways. If not, I will next week when I'm back because I'll have her make me some. I used to sell them at my store. So check this out, you guys. What? I love her or them. There, that's a better view right there. See, they're the same thickness and everything. Look at your tip here. This is so pretty. So being that we have to go to work, our finished picture, our cover picture probably won't be up for a couple hours, but you can watch the video. And the description of the product will be up in a few hours too, okay? Because we got to go do some clients. We're not a manufacturing company. We're Vibe Nail Lounge. We own a salon and have clients too. Thank you guys. I love you. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please, and I didn't get to them on here, please go when we post it and ask me them. I'll help you with them, with whatever you would like. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Thank you. Ciao. Oh, wait 1 minute. Did you get the time wrong?
Yes.
It's the time's wrong, you guys. Hold on.
No, the screen. Someone said that the screenshot is says 9:30, but we will be going on tomorrow, the 24th, Thursday at 10 a.m.
Okay, Thursday at 10 a.m. I'll put it on Discord again. 10 a.m. tomorrow. I will be here hanging out with you guys, showing you guys some new stuff. Love you guys. Have such a beautiful day. Bye.